Morning, beautiful world. Nature awaits me. Yes, indeed, in our wonderful life, we crawl out of bed in our quaint little farmhouse, go to our window, and have a look out at the world. I wonder if I can actually kind of... We rip the window off the wall to prove that we are the strongest farmer of them all. Let me just put that back. Farmer smash! Welcome everybody to Stardew Valley as I collect my copper bar and put another one in the furnace. I have a problem, and I'm addicted to this game, and explaining why might very well just be one of the hardest tasks that I've ever had to do in a video, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It is going to be so difficult to explain to you guys why repeatedly waking up, running down here to my lovely beginnings of a farm and go, oh, this is so exciting. Oh, he's wanting the plants, going around, let's go for the left, go for the left, oh, he's going for the left, going on, bold strategy, finishing the square there, he's done it, moving on, going for the left there, the center, then the right, the classic line technique, maximizing water efficiency and time efficiency to get his crops grown right. How do I make that come across as this game is really good? But there is a reason it's got like 12,000 overwhelmingly positive 98% reviews on Steam. So let's start from the beginning. This is obviously based on Harvest Moon. If you've not heard of Harvest Moon, it is the premier farming game, which is a, I guess, not great title to hold, although it might be, to be fair. And Harvest Moon has always been a classic loved game for a lot of people. You get given a farm, you make money, you develop relationships with the villagers, and you just live your farm life. I mean, it's really all it is. It's hard to describe it as more exciting than that, because inherently it's not exciting as I water the shit out of my blueberry plants here. It's just addicting. I guess the easiest way to start this is it's simply addicting. You know, the clicker games, all the games that have you do the same task over and over, but for some reason you keep playing them because it just kind of appeals to that part of the human brain that likes routine and likes doing the same thing over and over again for incrementally better rewards. You know, it feeds your dopamine loop, and everybody likes feeding that loop, let me tell you. So it's got that going for it in spades, but then again, even though the most recent Harvest Moons have got that going for it in, I should say hoes instead of spades, because that's what we till the earth with, has got that going for it in a hose. Let's cut that out, actually. They've become quite stale recently. This is all the stuff I've collected: slime, and algae, and amethyst, and leeks, and topaz, and pine cones, and there's just so much going on here. I'll take these two out so I can show you something as well. But yeah, the latest Harvest Moons for me have certainly kind of lost their charm, because there's so much just missing, I feel. Like, you wake up, you do your farm chores, which only take the first couple hours of the day, go talk to a villager or two, and then you're kind of done, and it feels kind of empty, whereas Stardew Valley is absolutely packed with content. So firstly, one of the most appealing things of the game is you learn to craft loads of stuff as you go on. You harvest stone from rocks, wood from trees, chop them down, get your gathering on, and you can make various decor for your farm. So for example, I carved out this kind of rugged looking stone path, built this area for my crops to go in. I'm going for a very natural and ununiform looking farm, and you can eventually terraform this entire area to be incredible. I'll put up some examples of what people have done on screen, because you can really make it awesome. I've got my dog here, who of course is called Rage. In fact, look at me. I mean, am I not just the coolest farmer you've ever seen? Red trousers, black t-shirt, a straw hat, and then shades? Get on my level! So what else do you have to do in this game then? there isn't that. So, for example, look, I'll just give you a quick rundown if I wanted to build a wall over here and then wall myself out of my own farm. There we go. Isn't that great? Actually, I think that is lovely. Let me just get rid of it. There it is. I suppose I'll show you a quick little bit of this. I'll say I want to harvest this little sapling tree that has got. Grab all of that wood. That's good. You can scythe your way through all of this grass, mine through the rock. There you go. I've got little sappers on these trees that's going to give me maple syrup, I hope, which then lets me build a beehive. And basically you set little goals for yourself like that. I want to achieve this so I can achieve this, so I can achieve this, so I can achieve this, and then 100 hours later you realize you've lost your soul to farming. And that's a weird thing to say, isn't it? I mean, so far, have you seen anything that makes you go, I need this game in my life? Because I wouldn't blame you if your answer is no, because it makes sense. It's hard to make this look appealing. So here we are in the village that we play as the calendar when events happen, and the lure, nice, and all the characters' birthdays. Then you've got quests that you can do every day. So this guy wants me to give him a grape. Okay, Sam, that's great. I'll get you a grape. Lovely. Go find your own grape, you piece of... That's fine. So I've got various quests. These basically keep you going and doing things. So it wants me to raise animals. You can get pigs, cows, horses, chickens, various other animals that all give you natural produce. You can make barns and various buildings that I'll hopefully show you in a second. And then the actual town itself is lovely. This is the map. There's all this desert area I've not been, all this area on the right, various people's homes, a fishing area, and exploration with the forest areas. A lot of stuff to do. And then the actual art style of the game, I don't mind it. It reminds me of Friends of Mineral Town, my favourite Harvest Moon game. I'm not a fan of the character portraits, I have to say, but fortunately there's something about this game that really gives it a massive bit of potential. This is the community centre, and you unlock this a little bit into the game, and they basically give you little mini quests to do. So if I go up to one of these, if I go get one of each type of these fish, put it in, and then I get a reward, and there is loads of them. So there's the pantry, the crafts room, the fish tank, the boiler room, and that's just that I've unlocked. So if I grow one of each of these crops, then I can put that in and get cool rewards for it, and it generally helps everything out, and that's nice. It really is. So one of the extra things that I really appreciate that is in this game that other Harvest Moons and farming games lack, apart from a certain Rune Factory, which is a really good series. It's basically an RPG with farming tacked on. In fact, I'll give you a quick blast rundown of Rune Factory 4, which I really do like. Very quick, and then we'll come right back. So this is Rune Factory 4, everyone, and you may be instantly thinking, wait, why is this a farming game? I don't understand. You're in like a dungeon, you've got like a party, and you're like fighting mother trucking dragons. Like, what? This isn't a fight, Rage, you goddamn liar! Well, this is exactly why I am in so much love with this game recently, or at least I have been. I've pretty much completed it now, so I was looking for a new one, which is what led me to Stardew Valley. But I want to show you what this game is all about and why it's really got me back into what are effectively farming simulators, but also show that you can do so much more with them. So I just died. Well, that's awkward a little bit. I may have died. So now I've been shipped off back to the clinic in the hometown, and he is going to charge me 10,000 gold, the piece of shit. The extortionate doctors in this place are ridiculous. They really, really are. God damn. So, welcome to Selphia, the main town. Now, definitely the graphic style is outdated, but I mean, it's definitely not bad either. It's a very nice place to be. The shops, the characters are all very vibrant, and they all have their distinct personalities, and they say new stuff every day, and it very much does a good job at painting the picture of a living, breathing town, and that's one of the main things I like about it. We are on the farm itself. This is your land to deal with and grow crops and make money that you desperately need in the early game, and this is the palace that you live in. Yes, straight up, a palace. But yeah, this plays very much like an RPG with a side order of farming. You've got abilities, you've got magic, you've got hack and slash fun, and I mean, look at this. We've got our inventory full of loads of equipment and mining tools. You can obviously go find ore and stuff, my seeds and my various stuff I've got off drop monsters. I've got my equipment that I'm wearing. Then if we go over here, look at the amount of skills in the game that you can work on and learn. One of which, by the way, is just love. Like, I'm level 43 on love. Get on my level! So we have all of that going on, and there's a ridiculous amount of depth. There really, really is. You've got cooking recipes and all your various types of equipment recipes that you learn and then can craft. You've got the members of the town and how much each of them likes you, which lets you do various things, and they say different things to you based on all of that, and it's just insane. You have quests that you can do every single day revolving around the monsters or the farming, and it's just really overwhelming what there is going on. So if I just quickly go out here and show you the scope of the world we're working with, this is the airship, and it takes you to all of these areas, which is quite massive. Like, look at the map in the bottom there. We've got a really nice area, but if we go on through here, we have ourselves the forge, which lets us make our weapons. You've got short swords, long swords, spears, axes, hammers, dual blades, gloves, which are like a brawler, and then staff is magic. And then if we just look at dual blades, look at the amount you can make and go find for. Twin leaks, of course, being the best in the world. And then you've got the same depth with armor, shields, headgear, shoes, and accessories. I mean, if we have a look at accessories, we have quite the list going on here, all of which do various useful things. And then finally we have chemistry, which lets us make our medicine, and we have a kitchen for loads of food, which give you various benefits, and it's just quite insane the amount of stuff there is to do in this game, and that's why I like it a lot more than Harvest Moon. You're always busy and you don't feel like you're doing chores, which is always the main deal. Alright then, welcome back to this. So this is the carpenter, and you can get a coop, you can get a barn, wells, silos, a stable, a slime hutch to farm your own slimes, and these are just the buildings I've unlocked so far. You can also upgrade your house by various furniture, like a wizard couch, because who doesn't want a wizard couch? And as I said, you can form a lot of relationships with the villagers themselves. Let me pick up that spice berry, because who doesn't want a spice berry? And a big part of the game is doing that. Like most of these games, you can end up getting married, you can have a kid, and then you can use your wife as kid as slave labor on your farm. Just shut up, that's the best way to use them, I'm just saying. So here we have the mine, and you can fight your way through down to 100 levels of mine, and you get various resources as you mine your way through the mine. It makes sense. Look, there's a little skeleton over there, this sort of darkness skeleton. So I'm going to take my saber, and I'm basically going to slash the crap out of him. So there is actually this dungeon exploring, because the mine is very varied in how it's laid out. So you do have this cool mining, exploring dungeon feel going on, which really feels very natural. There's an adventurers guild that you can get rewards for your monster slaying, and you find iron and copper and gold and materials that you need to do various things on your farm, and stuff that you need to give people to foster the relationships with the townspeople, and it all loops back into a very satisfying circle that all reinforces each other, and that's really cool. The sounds in the game are lovely, and just the general atmosphere, it's very relaxing. It's kind of the perfect game. If I leave the mine now, the ladder down there would send me to lower levels, but it's kind of the perfect game to just relax and play for a few hours before you go to sleep, for example. This is the Adventurers Guild here, and there's something very nice about that, you know? You can just get lost for hours on end, just enjoying the relaxed, almost beautiful nature of the game. So this is actually a perfect example. So, what you can do with this game that you can't do with others is it's very extremely moddable. There are already hundreds of mods for the game, And it's very easy to do your own mods. It really, really is. So, for example, this character here, in fact, if we go to the list of all the characters, we have all of these. Anyone that says single under their name is a potential marriage candidate, so you can get an idea for that. But these are all the characters, and then the hearts are how much they like you, and the gifts are the amount of times you can give them a present. You can give them 2 presents a week, and then it fills in both these boxes, and then you're done. So, Abigail, for example, is one of the marriage candidates, and she's the one that I've chosen for my first playthrough. It's going to take hundreds of hours, but there you go. Because she likes to go adventuring and exploring, like, dungeons and sewers and stuff, and she fights stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's alright, that's fair enough. So what I did, because I hate her basic portrait, I think it looks really bad. Like, if we go over to Maru over here, I don't know, I just don't like them. But that's, to be fair, in the defense of the game, they're not bad. I'm just used to Harvest Moon's more anime style portrait. So literally, if we, oh, I can't talk to her because she's doing the flute. That's really awkward. In fact, she's been there playing that flute for literally hours. Actual hours upon hours of just playing the flute. That is quite something. Like, really, she's still going. It's been another hour. Where's she getting this breath from? I mean, she must have a collapsed lung soon. She's not stopped playing. It's been nearly 2 hours. It's nearly 7 p.m. in the evening. What the hell? Come on, Jesus! Seriously? And there's also magic in the game. Like, for example, you can visit the Wizard's Tower, and he asks you to do various mystical things, such as trip the fuck out, which is quite enjoyable. There's a really good fishing mini-game as well, which is nice to do. It's much more in-depth than Click, when the bobber does a thing, which a lot of other games do have. But goddamn, stop playing your damn music! What the hell is this? Jesus. This guy's like a mountain man who lives in the mountains with his tent, and you catch him rummaging around in trash cans for food, and then you get the option to turn him in or protect him, and there's lots of little events like that. Alright, there we go. So, if we have a look at her, you see her portrait. Someone modded all the characters to have a more Japanesey anime type look, and I put that in, because that's what I'm used to. But you see how her clothes are red. By default, they're blue, but to prove a point to you guys of how easy it is to mod this game, I actually modded it myself. Granted, it's a small mod, I just changed colour, but I changed her clothes from a sort of light cyany blue, like her bow, to a just terrible red. Granted, I've done a really bad job, but it was just a quick thing to show you guys. So, also her actual sprite clothes I changed to red as well. I mean, red's a good colour, what are you trying to say? But how cool is that? You can change anything about the game that you don't like to make it more what you want to see from it, and that's really cool, isn't it? That's a big thing it's got going for it. So there you have it. I mean, this is a very quick rundown of why this game's compelling. At least I hope, because there really is a lot to do. I mean, you can collect every single item in the game. There's a fair amount of stuff. There's all the stuff you can find and grow. You've got your skills, your farming, your mining, your foraging, your fishing. My fishing, not so great, I'll admit. I could definitely do some better fishing. And there are just a lot of things to aspire to, you know? Ideally, having your perfect, ideal farm that looks really cool. You're growing your favorite produce with all your animals and stuff, and you're just happy, you know? There's just something satisfying about growing and looking after this land and making loads of money off it. And all the characters in the village are really interesting. They normally have cool stuff to say. They feel alive. They have routines. They do stuff during the day. They're definitely not static. This bus can take you to other places, but I've not unlocked it yet because I'm only in the second month of the game and I've barely scratched the surface, and that's ridiculous to me. It really is. So yeah, there you have it, guys. There's not really much else I can immediately show you, but this is actually the third time I've made this video, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, because I've never really known how to convey why this game is so compelling, and I just have to tell you that, you trust me, it is. Like, when you start playing it, just give it some time and you will be hooked and addicted predicted, and it might lower your productivity for the next 3 months. It just really is that good. It is the best of all the Harvest Moons plus extra, and it works really nicely. So there you go, guys. A very quick Stardew Valley video of stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you did, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. Oh, goodbye.